Let me ask you about Eli Manning's situation here, because it goes from maybe they should have benched him to see what they have with Davis Webb, this rookie quarterback, or at least ease him into some playing with the first-team guys. First of all, how would you have handled this with Eli Manning if you don't know he's your future and you don't know what you have with Davis Webb?
Well, first of all, I mean, at some point, Eli's career is going to be over, whether it's this season, whether it's next season, whether it's 2 seasons, and whether it's with the Giants or not. But when you do something and you make a move like this, you better have a game plan and a way to execute it that, number one, regardless if you're saying this wasn't done and emotions have to be put to the side, you can't say that about the guy who has led your franchise for 210 straight games and to 2 Super Bowls with MVPs with it. So you can't keep the emotions out of a decision like this. And if you did have this discussion weeks ago, then how come you didn't change the way that you were preparing Davis Webb? Because if this was the case, which 4 weeks ago, all Giants fans were saying the same thing, season's going nowhere, we know we're not making the playoffs, at some point we need to look at our 3rd-round quarterback, which is a legitimate thing. Yeah. But to do that, you have to make sure that that guy's prepared. And then to say that you're making a move that's best for the franchise and the future of the organization and moving it to Geno Smith, who has the worst QBR of any quarterback that started 30 games since 13, you can't sit there and look at the camera and say that and be truthful. But now, because that's not the case. And then now that decision obviously cost Jerry Reese and Ben McAdoo their jobs. And now we're going to go back to Eli when this shouldn't have happened in the first place.
Would you have benched Eli?
Would I have benched him? No. Because, number one, I know who he is in the way that he prepares. I've seen it, and I still see it out of him even more so.
But is he your future?
There's no offensive line right now. They're all hurt and injured. There's no running game. His receivers drop more balls than anybody else in the NFL. And if you want to put blame only on Eli Manning, how about the comeback in the 4th quarter that he had in Philadelphia? The defense folded. How about the comeback in Tampa Bay? The defense folded. The comeback up against the Chargers in the 4th quarter, defense folded. So you can't put all the blame on Eli Manning. And to think that just because Geno Smith can run for his life better against the Raiders than Eli, that's going to give you a better chance. He ran into the same problems and the same exact issues.
Is his career in New York over?
You know what? It's a tough question because obviously there's no new GM right now, whether it's going to be Kevin Abrams or somebody from the outside, and there's no head coach. That's going to be their decision. For me personally, and it kills me to say this, but I really think that this put a scar on Eli. He's a player that can handle a lot of things. He can handle the adversity. He can handle the New York media. But when this hit home like this and the way that it was handled and addressed, I just see him and that fire inside of him using this as motivation to push himself even further in his career. And once again, it could be that he is a Giant. I just don't see it happening.
For more Dan Patrick Show, tune to Audience Channel 239 on DirecTV or download the Dan Patrick Show app.